What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher, along with Sean B. and Kamal Aristo, and this is Black Man Rankings. Here at BMR, we cover reviews, existential questions, and rankings. And today, we got a review. Today, the topic is there is a inmates rather, who said that they were being experimented on in Arkansas. The Arkansas inmates who were given this drug to treat that bug out there filed a federal lawsuit against the jail. Now, this is the reason why people are very skeptical of the powers that be, because, you know, the people seem to always take advantage of their position. And they always seem to misuse, not always, but sometimes. And I know y'all can see the hat that I got on. It's for all of Tuskegee men that was out there. One passed away. Rest in peace to you, King. You was 101. He I think he was the last one. He passed away just a week ago. And we're already seeing more experiments done on our people, just like those Tuskegee Airmen was. And this one is another one. Okay, he said a group of men detained in Washington County Detention Center in Arkansas said that the jail's medical staff gave them this anti-parasite drug, ivermectin, last year without their consent to treat that 19 thing, while telling them the pills were vitamins. I mean, just straight lying to the people. They told them the pills were vitamins. On Wednesday, the American Civil Liberties Union, on behalf of the inmates, filed a federal lawsuit against the jail and its doctor. The Food and Drug Administration, the Center on Disease Control and Prevention, have repeatedly warned against the use of this drug for that purpose, and the FDA has only approved the medication for humans to treat river blindness, intestinal strongyloids, and an illness caused by roundworms, and head lice and stuff like that. So it's really only a drug used to treat parasites like roundworms and lice and stuff like that. But they gave it to people who they think had the bug, had that other bug, that 19 bug. And it's like, why would you give that to them? And why would you take advantage of these guys just because they're in jail? You could treat them as some kind of guinea pigs. I mean, it has nothing to do with treating viruses. It has nothing to do with treating viruses. It's a parasite drug. The lawsuit claims that the medical staff and the jail gave the men that drug as early as November of 2020. So we're talking about a year and a half. And that the men did not become aware of what the pill was until well after they received it at a local finance budget committee meeting. You know, so really, they wasn't even aware of what they were getting and what they were. They wasn't even aware of what this drug actually does, and they were pretty much lied to about the drug. Now, are they getting this drug at a discount or something, or is somebody getting a commission on this drug? And why were they given that specific drug for that bug that's out there? I don't want to say the name. And as we know, a lot of minority men are in jail in Arkansas, and it just reeks of another Tuskegee experiment. It just reeks of it. And this is why a lot of people don't want your jab. You've misused your trust with the people in many different ways. And you've destroyed the trust, and so you can't blame people for not wanting to get a jab. I mean, it's just simple as that. What do you got to say about that, Sean?
You pretty much hit the nails on the head, right? This is starting to seem like common practice when someone is in need, to take advantage of them, give them something that they think will help the situation, and they find out they're being experimented on. I mean, Tuskegee wasn't that long ago, and then this situation,
and then the Rwandan thing too.
Not to mention that.
Yeah.
So we have three on account, and this is rather recent.
Mm-hmm.
He said up in 2020, people thought they were getting what they thought were vitamins.
Right.
And they were getting, what did you say, effervescent? Effervescent.
Yeah, it's a drug used to treat parasites like roundworms and lice. Like, I could see them having that on task for inmates who might have roundworms or lice or something like that, or parasites in their stomach or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But that shouldn't be given to inmates for the that bug that's out there right now.
I agree.
Huh?
I said I agree.
So this lawsuit is justified as far as I'm concerned. And ain't no telling. Now, I'll be interested to know if there is any kind of damage or side effects that they've suffered because of this. I'd like to know.
If they really have a case.
Yeah. I mean, just to be given, medicine for the wrong reasons. Like, they have a doctor there. The doctor is in on the lawsuit. He's being sued along with the jail because he had to know that this parasitic drug does not treat, the bug. It doesn't treat it.
And who signed off on that?
The doctor. That's why he's included in this class action, I believe. You got a question?
Oh, yeah, that's very, very unfortunate.
What you got to say for that, Ski? He's still on mute. There you go.
Unmute him.
No, he's on mute.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
So, you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, them tests and medicines that they've been giving out. Sometimes they get out that medicine, on a wider scale. Like through bare aspirins or something. You don't know who got it.
Right.
Yeah, they've been doing. Them. It's the planet. They do what they do.
Well,
ain't nothing new though.
Yeah. Or wash everything else.
That's a big claim though. That's a big claim though, Ski. To say that they do that with bear, because we don't really know if bear, or any other drugs for that matter. So disclaimer, we're not really claiming that this in bear or any other aspirins like that. but I get where you're coming from.
I know for a fact that that company been brung up before with the AIDS pills and all of that. So we can't discredit them or exclaim them or whatever,
Right.
We've been doing this,
Well, one time there was
like it's cancer and all that, and Campbell's food and Campbell's soup. We know this.
Well, okay. Before we're not gonna own that part of it, Campbell's. I don't think that is the case with them, because let me tell you why. What happened is they used to have a can that was all aluminum, and you used to get sick from that. But now they have lined the cans in now, so the cans are safe. Okay, so I even got some Campbell's soups right now. So because I know that they have another lining in there now to prevent the aluminum from leaking into the food now. So they're safe.
Lining,
what's that?
You know what that lining is?
Yeah, there's a name for it. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a name for it.
I know the name of it. It come from swine.
It come from what?
It come from swine.
Okay, well, we're not gonna necessarily claim that right now unless we got some serious proof. But I get your overall point, and that is sometimes things are maliciously done, and sometimes things are accidentally done. Now,
so you think this was an accident?
No, here's what I think. I think the doctor gets a commission, and I could be wrong. I think the doctor gets a commission on that particular drug. Okay, and that's just how it is. They get a kickback for how many of drugs that they can push. Allegedly, I'm not for sure about this, but from what I understand, and I could be wrong, is that they get a kickback for drugs that they push. Now, if they push a certain type of drug, then they're going to get a kickback. Now, you got to think about it. This doctor is working in a jail, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he probably not making a whole bunch of money working in the jail. So what he wants to do is make more money, because he's in this jail. He want to make it worth his while, and he gets a kickback on this particular drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
He must got some kind of deal with the company or whatever the case may be. So he ordered them, and he give them to the inmates. Inmates don't know no better. He figured it ain't gonna hurt them, because it's a parasite drug. It's not for a virus or anything. So it's not gonna hurt them. And if they do got lice, they'll get cured miraculously. So let me get my kickback, and while I give them something that's I would probably consider harmless to them if they take it. And I tell them it's for that bug that's going out there, when it's really not. It's really to line my pockets. It's really what it's supposed to be doing.
And that's what them heathens do. They practice, doctoring and medicine and all that old madness. He ain't nothing but a Kevorkian on a different level. They all come up with a way to perform on our people anyway. Let's see if this gonna annihilate them and destroy them. Get them out the way. He would have been a hero at the end of the day. You've seen he's been doing it since November of 2020 or whatnot. Come on.
Yeah, so since November of 2020. That's probably when his incentives kicked in too, around that time. So he was like, or he found a good reason to push it, because that's when that bug just started to come out, and he was like, oh, this is a good opportunity for me to push my drug, which I get a kickback on, because you know, I got a good excuse to push it now. You see what I'm saying?
On no level, on nothing they talking about, you know, they all mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, they have been taking advantage of their the situations a lot, and when it comes to, you know, minorities, and way more often than they would, you know, people that look like them. I'm sure they probably wouldn't be doing stuff like this with people that look like them. But since, you know, if you need a guinea pig, who better than black folks? It's always been that way. I mean, Henrietta Lacks, y'all remember her, right? Well, she was the woman who was really responsible for a lot of cures, because she had cells that would not die. They just lived on forever and ever, and they replicated, and they were able to cure a lot of diseases because of that. But what her family get? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, they make millions and billions of dollars off of the stuff that they created off of her. There's always a way to try to make money off of us. And that includes Henrietta Lacks, that includes the Tuskegee Airmen, that includes the women in Rwanda, that includes all these people, and the people in this jail, because that doctor knew what he was doing. But if he can line his pockets, he's going to do that. And what better people to do that with than minorities? He figured probably people don't care about these people anyway. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Ain't nobody gonna miss them. Ain't nobody gonna, you know, they in jail. They're disposable. We can give them unnecessary medications, or maybe even poison them or something.
Yeah, he was just in charge. The
doctor was in charge. Yeah, he was the doctor in charge.
You know, at the end of the day, it's all organized. You know, bunch of heathens come together. You know,
I'm not sure why he felt like he can get away with it.
They do.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he felt like he could get away with it, though, because all you got to do is tell somebody what the drug is, and then they'll figure out, dude, that, you know, somebody with any kind of knowledge about it will look it up and say, look, that's a parasitic drug. That's not for a virus. That's a parasitic drug. So why are you getting that? So I'm not one part I am kind of confused on is, I don't know if it was meant to be preventative for that 19 thing, or if it was a vitamin. Like, what did he tell them? Did he tell them it was a vitamin, or did he tell them, look, this will help you against that bug that's going around? Because they kind of saying it was for both, and I'm not really convinced that it was for both. It had to be for, you know, one or the other, but they were saying it was for vitamins. But just goes to show, man, you got to really watch what people, you know, do. You know, if they trying to push something on you, they probably getting a kickback from it. They really are getting a kickback from it. And that's when you really, like, even the jab, I'm sure somebody getting kickbacks from it. I mean, there was billions of dollars made from the jab, billions. And I'm not saying that, you know, it's not doing its job, so to speak, but, you know, it ain't 100%. That's for sure. I mean, there are people who passed away who did have it. So, but yeah, man, I thought that was an interesting story. You got anything to add to that, Ski?
Only in Arkansas, huh?
Well, listen, I ain't gonna say that. That's the only ones that got caught.
Exactly.
That's the only ones that got caught. So I'm sure, you know, there's other there's 8 million stories in the naked city, man, and I'm sure there's probably some more that's going on right now that we don't know about. This is just the only one that had a lawsuit filed as of late. So, you know, keep your head up. Keep an eye out on the BS, because it's show out here. Show. So again, anybody who hesitate with taking certain things and jabs and I get it. I get it 100%. So we'll see what ends up happening with this story. It's really disgusting. It's no wonder that people don't trust the government or trust people in so-called authoritative positions, because they oftentimes abuse it, especially when it comes to money. All you got to do is put money in the front of somebody and they're going to abuse it. I mean, the healthcare system in this country already is so corrupt. It's really corrupt. I was just reading another article where there's a guy who had to pay $17,000 just for one shot. And he said he can't get no more shots because he's already over budget. But one shot costs $17,000. Absolutely ridiculous.
Exactly. So one shot for what?
One shot. I can't find the story right now, but it was he had a shot because, and they asked him what was the shot for, and I forgot what it was for, but it's something that he would still need another dose of, but 17,000. That's ridiculous. I mean, there are people who there's a guy, and y'all know who I'm talking about, the guy who bought that Secret Woo album. He ended up going to jail because he was overpricing medication. I think it was diabetes, something another pills or something. But anyway, he overpriced it so much that he got caught for it. He ended up going to jail, and he was the guy who actually bought the Secret Wu-Tang album. And the medical field needs reform. It just does, because people abuse it, and people are, I mean, you're talking about people's lives. I mean, they shouldn't have to make life decisions on food or medicine, just to continue to live. They shouldn't be there. There are other countries on this planet, man, that just laugh at the U.S. Medical.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing right there. Now that we're in a slamdemic, and everybody's running around here looking goofy and everything, and don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? But listen to the man that, that said in his seminar that, the earth is overpopulated. And the best way to depopulate the earth is to, give them this good fix I got, and parasite pills and, and put stuff in the food, which he bought all the farms and stuff, Now you want everybody to take this madness,
Yeah.
He said it right out of his mouth. You can go right on, online on one of them streamer sites, and the heathen said it right out of his mouth. The best way to do it is to, what I've got here. I went over to Africa. It works good. It works real well. I did it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, it just.
Now I'm supposed to be, I suppose, just jump in line for that, huh?
Yeah. The money corrupts, man. Money corrupts, absolutely, and I can't confirm that that's what's going on in this situation, but I will bet money. I'll put that on it. If I lose money, fine, but I will bet money the guy gets a kickback for that particular drug. And that's why he had them taking that drug, because he gets a commission, so to speak, from it. So
what do you think Snakes did from all the vials he putting out? The needles he got popping.
Who?
He made over 20 billion or something in 2020.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know too much about that. And I know
the biggest chipper out here right now, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, there's a lot of stories in the Naked City, man. But as far as this one, it's foul, it's corrupt, it's it reeks of another Tuskegee experiment, and this shit really needs to stop. So we're gonna end it on that note, and check us out in the next one. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, and we out. Peace.